Good morning and happy Tuesday from Black Bear, and welcome back to Outdoors with Kat. And didn't hike yesterday, it was Monday. Traveled Sunday night, drove from Tennessee, Gatlinburg to Florida. So yesterday was my day of recovery and then a little grocery shopping. So I'm in here on Tuesday. I just ran into another fella, Grinder, who's becomes a regular this time of the year. He's a lover of the AT and a hiker of the AT also. So always great to see brothers in arms or sisters in arms, whatever happens to be. But so this weekend was just an amazing weekend, one I'll look back, reflect on, and smile, and time well spent with some of the best people ever. I got a ton of beautiful friends, and these are all my AT hiking friends, my Tramily, and their wives and other family members, and it was just fantastic. So we had Lucky and Togs, and Lucky's dad Hal, and of course baby Teddy, and we had Frozen and Chrissy, and our little fella Logan. We had RD and Ashley and America and Heather, and of course my lovely wife also joined us, and we just had a blast. We talked about the PCT, we talked about the AT, we talked about good times we've had, we talked about planning, we talked hiking pretty much nonstop. So for that, I apologize to all the wives and the children, but you know, we don't often get to interact like I just did with Grinder and talk hiking with people that are, you know, a real part of our culture. And you know, hiking builds a bond. Whether I hiked with you or I didn't, we have a bond. I looked on Facebook before I was eating my oatmeal this morning for my hike, and someone on the Pinhoti site often poses different questions, and the one was, you know, how important is hiker lingo? Lingo being NOBO, northbound, SOBO, southbound, yellow blazing, blue blazing, white blazing, pink blazing. Yeah, there's a ton of acronyms. You'd think we were the military. But I think it's important. It's part of our culture. It's part of how we communicate and identify. And I'd be remiss to say that, you know, the reunion, as amazing as it was, we were missing Farmer and his beautiful wife, Renee. Farmer's back in school. He had 2 finals on Friday and 1 yesterday, and he needed to study and be there. And you know, then we learned that that awful tornado that blew through Clarksville, where Farmer lived, you know, went through his town, and we called them, and they were fine. But you know, 6 people died, so keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And but that would have just been icing on a cake if Farmer could have made it. And also our buddy Perk, who summited with Lucky and Togs, and we hiked with off and on since Georgia. He's a cool dude. And you know, we had a great time. I'm real excited about the plans of some of the guys. They're going to be hiking the PCT. 2 are going SOBO and 1's going NOBO. I'm not going to mention names and ruin any kind of announcement they have, but so excited for them. Of course, I'm planning the CDT for myself, and then hopefully we can have another reunion and we can exchange notes. So if they want to go do the CDT, I can give them all that intel. I just love sharing my information. That's why I started this channel, to share information, share experiences, share the woods. I'll post some pictures of my Tramily. It's kind of ironic, when I did the AT, there's 2 proclamations I made before I started. One was, I'm not going to be quick to join the Tramily, and number 2 was, I'm not going to sleep in a shelter. Well, if you haven't heard the story before, I'll bore you with it in a quicker fashion. First 3 weeks saw 11 inches of rain, and that made me become a shelter dweller. And that carried through the entire trail. As far as Tramily, I met Lucky day 1. We started the same day. We met at Hawk Shelter. We hiked concurrently the next 5 days. We got along extremely well, even though he's 32 years my junior. And we hiked all the way to northern Maine, where him and Togs, who joined us at Davenport Gap with Frozen and became a family of four. In northern Maine, they became a couple. And they also became sick with Giardia, so they finished their journey alone. I picked up Farmer and RD in New Jersey, and we picked up America in the Shenandoahs. So at one point we were 7 strong, going through at least Vermont together, finished Massachusetts and Vermont together, and into New Hampshire, and then we got separated by sickness and such. But you know, we've stayed in touch. We talk almost every week, even though Lucky and Togs live in Australia. It's just a special relationship we forged, and seeing them is, you know, just unbelievable. These are people that are just amazing. They're the best ever. Love them, and I wish them the very best. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and happy hiking. And again, thank you for all the memories, and it was great to see everybody. Glad everybody is mostly home safe. Lucky and Togs will be leaving at the end of the month, going back to Australia, and I wish them the very best. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll show you pictures of my Tramily. And as you hike and become part of the culture, embrace the idea of a Tramily. I can hike with people, or I can hike alone. I can go either way and be totally content. And the AT is such a social trail. It's a super trail to team up with people. And then there's good reasons to team up with people. Like, I had some great buddies I hiked with going through the Sierra because of safety. I had good buddies I hiked the Cascades because crossing rivers can be a little unsafe. And so it's good to have people. When I go through East Glacier and parts of Wyoming and Montana, I'll do the same just for safety. But I also like to be alone. So it really depends on my mood. But it's all great. Trail people are my people. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas. There'll still be more videos as I train weekly with Jingle. He's off today, but getting ready for the Foothills Trail. And hopefully I'll see a bear or two today. Saw a lot of bear scat, a lot of bear sign. Grinder saw a bunch of bears last time he was in here. Keep my fingers crossed.